actually, when we got back our assignments and, each seemed to have done very well. How are you, miss?
Yandy, how are you? What's going on?
Hey, what's happening?
My, you don't sound so wonderful today. What's wrong?
Trust me, rough day in class.
Rough day?
Rough day in class. I'm telling you, motivating those students, trust me, I've tried everything. When I tell you everything, I mean everything.
Wow.
Nothing works. Remember when we were in that program?
Yes.
And they gave us all those tips?
Yes.
Those tips in particular don't work.
They don't? Why would you say that? Have you tried them?
Students on their phone, on their laptop, they're in and out of the class every minute. You just can't get them to focus. And no matter how much you try, and I would be up all night.
Yes.
Trying to prepare my class.
I know that, but classroom
Still,
management
I don't know. I'm
is
not
very
lying to you.
important.
I'm at the point where I really think I might have to look into,
No, you might have to look into motivating, ways of motivating your students.
Probably.
It is very important because oftentimes students lack motivation.
Probably.
And without motivation,
I remember
what can
I remember
happen.
what that particular professor taught us.
Yes.
He did say but guess what? We weren't listening because we weren't in the classroom yet. But he did say that motivating students is the hardest thing to do.
It is indeed.
So when a teacher really accomplishes it, he or she doing something right.
Well, with practice, you can make perfect.
Yes, and
Practicing the right thing.
That's true again.
and referring to the correct literature.
Yes, and it doesn't come overnight.
Why should teachers motivate students to learn? One of the most difficult aspects of becoming a teacher is learning how to motivate your students. It is also one of the most important. Students who are not motivated will not learn effectively.
You remember that project we did recently about how to motivate students?
I got you. Yes, I remember indeed. It would be beneficial to help her.
Yes.
It would be. The 5 tips. Let us share them with her, Leroy.
Alright, I think I left the document back in my staff room, and I think we could go through it and share some of this stuff with you. Come on, let's go and see if we can take a look at that project.
That's right, no problem.
Alright, I can go.
Yeah man, because motivating students, it's a very difficult task.
Yeah.
But actually,
Yeah. We are teachers, we have to do it.
tip number 1, reward students' effort. Producing the greatest student motivation is extremely important to every teacher in today's society, where teachers are under intense pressure to improve test scores, accountability, and responsibility, and that is according to Baranek 1996. This is why teachers are now expected to provide a reason for students to want to learn and attain the highest educational accomplishment. Recognizing and rewarding effort can be done with symbolic or actual rewards. That is, like giving the child a sweetie. As simple as it is, it can be a reward that is acceptable. And other means of appreciation can also be used, stars, etc. The key is to reward the effort so that each student is motivated to learn no matter what. Ways to reward student effort. Give students a sense of control. While guidance from a teacher is important to keeping students on task and motivated, allowing students to have some choice and control over what happens in the classroom is actually one of the best ways to keep them engaged. For example, allowing students to choose the type of assignment can give them a sense of control that may just motivate them to do more. Give students stars on the effort chart for homework completion, work done in class, or participation in class. Display students' work in class so that effort is recognized. Tips for using rewards. Use reward systems to get students off to a good start. Make rewards meaningful to your students. Keep reward systems simple. Give consistent rewards for academic achievement. Give frequent but incremental rewards.
Tip number 2. You must encourage students to succeed. Motivation is key to the learning process and may involve a number of factors such as the student's motivation preference, personality, capabilities, learning tasks, incentives, and the learning environment. Slavin, 2008, page 314. Now, some reasons for student demotivation are lack of interest, poor teaching strategy, poor self-esteem, dysfunctional homes, and of course, learning disabilities. Tips to encourage students. Give positive feedback. Praising students is one of the most effective and easiest ways to lift their spirits and keep them working hard. Let excitement come through. Excitement is contagious, and showing your students that you are happy to be with them and guide them on their journey will make a difference how they view your class. You also have to vary teaching methods. Little is worse in the classroom than doing the same thing day after day over and over again.
Tip number 3. Activate students' learning potential. Celebrate students' strengths. Create a safe learning environment. Appeal to the students' learning styles and their interests. The learning styles of students vary. They can be the auditory learner, you can be the visual learner, the reflective learner, and there are many others. To activate student potential, teachers should create a psychologically safe environment for every learner. Determine each student's readiness for learning. Identify multiple access points to the curriculum to increase engagement and success. Develop and demonstrate greater emotional intelligence.
Pop questions for you. According to literature, suggest 2 ways that the creation of a psychologically safe classroom can enhance students' motivation. Propose 2 ways that a teacher can create a psychologically safe learning environment.
Tip number 4. You must set realistic expectations. Research-based strategies for setting realistic expectations. Get to know your students. Teachers will be able to tailor their instructions to their students' concern and background. Set realistic performance goals. Help students to achieve them by encouraging them to set their own reasonable goals. Place appropriate emphasis on testing and grading. Tests should only be a means of showing what students have mastered.
Pop question for you. Suggest one example of an unrealistic expectation that a teacher can have for 10th grade students in their biology class.
Tip number 5. Connect lessons to real life. How to connect lessons to real life? Research real life events. For a history class, have the students plan a trip as a class and ask them to research the country and its history. Transform worded problems into real life. For mathematics class, bake a chocolate cake, take it to class, and give this math problem. 4 children share 6 slices of chocolate equally. How many slices of chocolate cake does each child get?
Meet Casey Brown. Casey Brown, who is a 9th grade student at Rock Mountain High School, is demotivated. He attends school only because his grandmother, with whom he lives since his parents' migration to the United Kingdom, insists that he goes each day. Casey does not participate in class and rarely completes his assignments. In his spare time, he enjoys drawing and listening to music. How could 3 of the tips in this video assist Casey's geography teacher to motivate him in class? I hope you really learned a lot from those 5 motivational tips for teachers which were just shared. I know I did. For example, encouraging your students to succeed and connecting lessons to real life. I know that when I go to my next class, which is in 2 minutes, it's really going to make a tremendous difference. I'll let you know how it goes.